Yo, good evening. Welcome to Gotham City tonight. It's just me here tonight. Lexi's still getting the studio ready, getting moved in. Big house, big family now. Thank you everyone for hanging out and joining me tonight. Might be a smaller crew than last week, but we'll see who all shows up. Love to get into and dive right into all the predictions. I was kind of hoping James Gunn would announce the DC Comics slate coming to movies and theaters near us. He hasn't yet. So, is what it is. He's going to drop it when he drops it. Watch, it'll end up being tomorrow, and we'll be right back into this again. Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. Until then, I just want to hello and acknowledge anyone here who's in the chat. Got a few people watching. Oh, Craig says turn down the music. I will turn down the music, Craig, before I say hi to everyone. I'll do that. Have just a little something there. It keeps me sane. Otherwise, I'm just talking into the void. All right, let's say hi to the chat. J. Andrew, Vicman de Santiago, Payment's Toy Samples, Durant is here. Howdy, Matt Bush, Steve Lawrence, Stephen Lawrence, like from Blossom. I thought it was Joey Lawrence. Are you related? Let me know if you're related, because that would be awesome. Craig is here might be watching with Abby, might be just watching by himself. Craig, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me last week too. I don't know if you saw one of the comments that dropped on the video today, where someone was like, I was watching Toy Anxiety and Craig said he was on the show and I had to watch. So thank you, Craig. And I did, just for you. I saw that. Jack Knight 73, Gotham Stalker, my boy, the 80s experience. I love the 80s experience. Yeah, Justin Tung, welcome. Abigail Gardner, she likes the music because I don't know if anyone knows this. When Abigail's not, when she's on Toy Anxiety and she's on YHS and Craig is not around, she's a DJ. And she plays really good songs. I just want to throw that out there. Brandon 3G, Boba Wave, it's a new name. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Zero relation from Steven to Joey. Bacon McShag, hello there. My buddy's Customs, hello. Jason Valdez B, welcome. Thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Skelevator, let's find out what's going on. I would love to know what's going on. So until then, I'm going to make some predictions. I'm going to throw them down. Why not? I mean, if James Gunn's not going to give me the information, I'm going to predict some and make some up along the way. He said he had hundreds of roles to cast. Hundreds. And I get it. There's a lot of characters out there. Baby Yoda me's, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. I think we'll be getting the DC Studios logo along with the DCU reveals. I hope so. And while you're in the chat, I want to hear everyone else's predictions. Obviously, they're going to announce a Superman. He's more or less announced Superman. He talked about how he was going to be he's writing a Superman movie. I think he's going to produce it. I don't think he's going to direct. Spoiler alert on Yes Have Some podcast. Craig thinks that James Gunn is going to direct it, but he's said time over and over that he's not going to direct it. So let's I guess we'll all find out in time, but I think he's going to spearhead it with Superman. He did say younger Superman, and I always said that kind of bums me out because I think Henry Cavill's just only a couple years younger than me. I don't feel that old, but I guess maybe I am. So that's my first prediction. I honestly think, and it's a pretty educated one. It's a pretty obvious one. And that's a slow pitch, low ball prediction if there ever was one, because we all know he's working on Superman. Brandon 3G, did you see Titans and Doom Patrol have been canned? No. did not see that. I know they're still coming out with that weird ass Gotham Knights show. Titans and Doom Patrol done after four seasons. Did they already do the fourth season? Like, are they done, or are they getting one last season to kind of wrap up any loose ends that they have? Because I think that's the worst thing about anything getting canceled. Whether it's your favorite show, your favorite comic book, or movie franchise. So, or don't want to mention any certain directors that didn't get to finish their story, but well, I'm kind of curious. I fell off Titans after the first season. I'm super bad for that when it comes to the DC shows, the CW shows, and I get into them that very first season, then the second season starts, and I just kind of drift off. Same thing with Gotham. First season, I was just like I started in try to go in with an open mind, watched it, started to enjoy it, and then I completely fell off. But yeah, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. If anyone in the chat was watching Doom Patrol and Titans, let me know. Let me know if it's worth actually sticking with it, because I mean they're on streaming even up here in Canada. I don't mind doing it. Hey Quip, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see. I read 3G here says, I'm happy with the CW shows are finally ending. They were getting a little long in the tooth. And you know what? They're going. It's hard for me to disagree with that, but again, like I said, I think I fell off I think the Flash is the longest one I stuck around in, and then some first two seasons. Same with Supergirl. First two seasons, I was totally on board, and I just kind of right. I love the casting. They did great casting on all of them too. They were sweet, and it's kind of funny when you watch all these CW shows filmed all around Vancouver. So you would see things from the Flash, which is in one city, things in Arrow, which are in a different city, Supergirl, which is in a different city, Batwoman, supposed to be all different cities, but then you're just they're always filming things at a different angle, so they kind of look different. And I think Supergirl and they all used the art gallery, the area right core downtown. That art gallery used to be the old city hall when the city was new, and they use it for everything. So it's kind of funny. You'll find it all over the place. I know Rogers Arena, that was Star Labs because it's got all the big light up pillars and all this stuff. It's really interesting how they did kind of try to hide that it wasn't the same city. So I'm pretty sure you think even Superman and Lois is filmed up here too. So it's always really funny to me as someone who lives here. I can always tell this is all the same city. But maybe for people who don't watch, they probably don't even realize that it's all in Vancouver. But I think it's what is it? Fan Expo Vancouver. That's in just a couple weeks. And I think majority of the Arrow cast, including Steve Armel, the man who wrestled he was tag teamed with Cody Rhodes when he was Stardust. He'll be at the show as well. Spoiler alert as well. I guess not really spoiler. I can't really announce anything. I might have something to announce about Fan Expo regarding myself and this show and Toy Anxiety soon. We'll find out. I'll just keep track of those emails. I had a slight little side offer, little side hustle for the convention. So we'll see what happens, right? Right. Jack Knight 73. Both shows have season 4 on the HBO app now, so they must have been done. Okay. Well, Doom Patrol is weird and fantastic, just like the comic. I heard it's pretty close to the comic. I don't know why I didn't check it out. I should check it out. Thanoscopter. Thanks for hanging out, Thanoscopter. I haven't watched either since the first season. Yeah, that's just how we go, right? Flash 739. A regular here. Whoa, almost forgot this was on. Well, this is not your fault you almost forgot it was on. I started a half an hour early. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start at 7 o'clock today. There's no point for me starting at 7:30. So it's just me. So I'm just going to do I'm gonna do what I want to do. I figure if I keep it close, it's not gonna like mess things up too much, right? The 80s experience, dude. Me too. Supergirl. I was all in, then meh, right? Great casting too, and like everyone on that show was like awesome, right? Jack Knight 73. I do think it was time for CW shows to be done. I do think Stargirl was cut short though. It's funny. It's either with these shows, it's either it goes too. I think Superman and Lois is still happening because they just announced one of the guys from Walking Dead. He's going to be playing Lex Luthor. I can try to find that here in a little bit, but yeah, they're either too short, too damn long. They got to find a nice middle ground of when to just wrap it up, right? Oh, I think right. This is it. Sorry, Michael Kalditz is to be Lex Luthor on Superman and Lois season 3. Right, and I hear nothing. I haven't started that show because I'm kind of worried it's going to do the same thing, or I'm just going to drop off. But I've heard nothing but fantastic things from more people than just John Yerkeba Part 4. Right, so I know he's a big cheerleader for that show. Right, the later seasons of these shows go pretty long in the tooth. Yeah, I found myself spending more time trying to recognize the backgrounds. Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, Nick X Dillinger. Vancouver, the most filmed city in show business. It's pretty busy here. I would say Atlanta's up there at this point. Toronto and Alberta is getting like so much work right now, and I think it's because the cities are smaller. It's a little more recluse there. Like Ghostbusters Afterlife is filmed there. If anyone's watching that new Pedro The Last of Us. Knew it was gonna like click. The Last of Us is filmed in Alberta as well, so it's that new Predator movie Prey that was also filmed in Vancouver in Alberta, right? So Canada's super cheap to film at too. Our dollar is low. We have film tax credits. There is no reason for Americans not to be frothing at the mouth to save a buck up here in Canada. We're cheap. We are cheap. And that's okay. Flash 739. I've always wondered how did he for Blight. He never fixed the building exterior. Yep. I feel that way about like comics though in general. That's kind of how it goes. Bacon McShake. We never did get a CW Legion superhero series. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was announced. It would have been a perfect fit for a CW teen drama makeover. I feel like something regarding Legion was announced or teased at. Or am I just thinking of Smallville? Might be just thinking of Smallville. Harry Dempsey. Always end up watching later. Glad I could make it live tonight. I'm glad you could make it here too, Harry. Glad you're hanging out with us. Matt Bush, Abraham from Walking Dead. Okay. Oh, that'll be a good pick. I'm down with that. It's redhead too. That's what Luthor's supposed to be. Paints Toy Samples, Dole. Yeah, not happy about Titans and Doom ending. Oh man, Jay Andrew, nice cap. Thank you. I wear this. I sport it. One of the most fun movies I ever worked on. Not my favorite movie I've ever worked on, but it's one of the most fun. Absolutely. Thunderhouse Design. Hey y'all, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Flash. CW shows are like Harvey Dent said. You either die a hero or live long enough to you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah, or not necessarily the villain, but just like I think you should leave. Another one of my favorite shows. I don't mind referencing that. Quip. Severance filmed up in the Great White North. I believe it was. Thunderhouse Design. Superman Lois is pretty good. Has some CW-ness. Can't avoid it on CW. But it's the part to it. But the Superman parts are always good. Yeah, man. And the costume looks good. I think the actor looks good. I mean, like, Cavil's like the most beautiful creature on the planet. So it's like, I feel bad for, I feel bad for anyone having to follow up that in general. So he's doing a good job. So good on him. Nick X Dillinger, cheap, friendly, and sexy as hell. Canadians. That's like a heritage moment right there. The 80s experience. Louisiana was on that train too, but politics got greedy and Hollywood shot out. Yeah. That almost happened to Atlanta. Wasn't that pretty close to what was happening there? Like Marvel moved like Ant-Man out of there and moved it to London. Love and Thunder moved out to go film in Australia. Politics can get in the way, and I'm really kind of hoping Alberta just keeps its mouth shut just a little bit because it's good money for them. It's a lot of work for them, and it's good for Alberta, right? Like they know. I think Alberta's starting to realize there's not to get into politics, but they need some more work to get into the province, and I think that's good for them. Thunderhouse design. There were Legion characters in Supergirl. Great. I thought so. Thank you for confirming. I ran in 3G. I never realized Schitt's Creek was based in Canada until someone mentioned Saskatchewan. I was like, Tola's from there. We had a couple of we used to have quite a few shows filmed in Saskatchewan, and Lord behold, politics got in the way. In fact, that's why I'm still living in Vancouver, because I could probably, if Saskatchewan has still kept its tax credit, its film tax credit, I probably would have moved out and back to Saskatchewan and probably have a place 3 times the size for what I'm paying here. That's a little sad comment there. I wish I had the piano music. The 80s experience. CW is the guy at the party who is still there when you're washing dishes and cleaning up. Yes. That's the perfect analogy. Flash. You can always recognize Canadian production based on certain actors who appear as extras. Canada must be a paradise for so many gorgeous women on these shows. Okay, so if anyone has watched Letterkenny or the new Shoresy, there it is. That's what you're looking for in extras. That's it, right? Thunderhausen. They filmed part of Hocus Pocus 2 in my town. That's amazing. I love it. All right, I'm gonna try. Let's stop talking about CW for a hot minute. Let's talk about these movies. Who do we want to see? Let's hear some deep cuts. Who would you cast as them? Like, who do you want to see Superman go up against first? Like, they have to bring in Lex Luthor, but I don't think Luthor needs to be the main villain. Like, and starting off with Doomsday to begin with as well, like right off the bat, like Zod, let's get rid of Zod. Like, we've seen Zod now in 2 different Superman movies. Let's hold off on Zod. Let's hold off on Doomsday. Doomsday is your end boss battle. You don't make him your second fight. I don't know what they were thinking. At all. Like, you don't start at the top and work your way down. So, I'm all for having Lex in the movies and bringing him in, because I think he's an important part of the Superman mythos. Even if he's just there in the background, we need him. But I don't think he should be the main villain. I would love to see Brainiac. I would love to see Metallo, and I would love to see Parasite. And if anyone's been paying attention to Superman comics that are happening this year, if you looked at the solicitations, if you looked at anything because he's going to go up against Parasite right now, and the covers are like a horror movie. I love them. And I think if you're going to have Superman be the light, let's bring in a villain that's like super dark, and he doesn't have to bring Superman into the darkness. That's just something Superman has to fight, and I think it would be amazing. That is my first hope and prediction. Let's see what everyone else is kind of saying here too. And again, feel free to throw in any DC characters, any DC doesn't have to necessarily be Superman. That's just my first choice. Knowing Superman is coming, give me all of that, right? Flash is saying Bautista is Bane. Oh, dude, yes, of course, right? Make him smart, independent Bane from Nightfall, of course. And we know that Bautista's got acting chops, and he's huge. And if they make him bigger, oh, dude, if they do, I know James Gunn is very good at just taking the essence of what the comics are and throwing them in. And I think he's not going to try and play Bane. I think this new universe is not going to try and play it low key. I could absolutely see them just being like, let's do it. Let's give him a backpack of Venom and, 2 tubes hooked up to his arms and the back of his head, and let's give her. Yeah, I could absolutely see that. That's a really great shout out. Thunderhouse Design, no more Lex. We need Brainiac. Absolutely. And who would you Thunderhouse Design, throw in the chat here. Let me know who you would cast as Brainiac. Oh man, I'm just trying to do a quick think here of who I would. I don't know yet. Hang on, but we're gonna come back to this. I want to hear some casting decisions as well, not just characters. Throw me some casting here too. Vicman de Santiago, Parasite, absolutely spot on. Let's make that happen. Make up Mongol and World War Invasion. Mongol is another great shout out and another great character as well. So yeah, good shout out to that. Brainiac needs to be the villain in the first movie. Again, let's hear some casting calls on Brainiac. Also, would you have him try to shrink Metropolis like he did, because he has that Kandor? Correct me if I'm wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong on this show. You just can't correct me when I'm wrong on Toe Anxiety. You think Kandor is the shrunken city of Krypton that he's kept? So let me know. Let me know in the chat, everyone. This is what we're here for. We're all hanging out tonight. We're hanging out. We're chilling. This is great. Harry, I believe Stargate. Oh, we're back to Vancouver. Okay, I believe Stargate season was filmed in Vancouver. For a large part of my youth, I wanted to move there due to how beautiful it was. Correct. Stargate, and another big one was Battlestar Galactica. Those two were both filmed here. And it's awesome. The 80s experience. What about the Android-style Brainiac? Okay, are you talking about like the Superpowers toy, the 80s style Android Brainiac, which I'm going to assume? I'm going to talk like that's the one that you're talking about. I would be for that if those were like kind of like the soldiers he's used, but as long as they don't do the hive mind thing where he has like this like android army and then he just does the episode 1 thing where you just kill the mothership and they all come crashing down. I mean, I'm not against it, but I mean, we kind of already did that with Starro and the Suicide Squad as well. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I am so game for just about anything at this point, as long as it's fun. Brainiac well known enough, but not in live action movies. Agreed. I don't understand why he has never been. And again, Superman doesn't get a lot of movies. I mean, how many times throughout, like from the 90s, from the time that Nicolas Cage was supposed to play Superman all the way until Henry Cavill there was so many like, we're getting a Superman movie, We never did. It took like 20 years for us to get one. Metallo would be very cool. I agree. I think Metallo is a very underrated villain. I want to see a cinematic spin on Mixic Splitslick. Peter Dinklage, maybe? Peter Dinklage is too refined. It's too bad that Gilbert Gottfried has passed away, because, I mean, he already did the voice of McSpitlick in the animated series. Pardon me. I think if he was still alive, he would have been the perfect cast. Maybe what's the guy's name from? I'm gonna give that show a shout out again. From I Think You Should Leave. He should play him. That's my choice. Yeah, Peter Dinklage. I could see him playing Lex Luthor, to be honest. Baby Yoda Maze. I think superpowers looking Brainiac would be cool live action. I do too, but I'm also very, very attached to superpowers toys. But so you say superpowers, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, of course, that's the version it should be. To me, the superpowers versions of these characters are the definitive versions of these characters. Grumpy Fish, hey, welcome, Grumpy Fish. Maybe DC Warner wanted to catch up with what Marvel was doing. I absolutely believe that was the case, and I think but look where it got them. Well, now they're back to square one, right? That's just what happens, right? T says Bane shows up in Penguin show as a rival crime lord. Oh, so you're thinking he should show up as Bane in the Matt Reeves Batman. And I wonder too, like if they announce the slate of DC movies, will the Batman, like they keep saying the Batman is going to be separate, but you can't do a DC universe without their biggest player. Like you just can't. So I'm super curious to what's going to happen there. Oh, dude, of course, Intergang, and they introduced Intergang in Black Adam, which to me was like I was like, okay, this works, and then the rest of the movie just kind of fell apart like really fast. For me, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying, for me, it fell apart really fast. Quip, I'd love to see more of the Green Lantern Corps. Maybe even some of the different adventures on different planets. Make it like a Star of the Week type deal. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Like, let's put it this way, as long as they don't give it a Titans budget where all he can form is a tiger, then I think we'd be okay. Thanos Copter, I want to see Wayne Pigram, Scorpius from Farscape as Brainiac. Oh, that's a good show. I have not thought about Farscape in so long. That's a great shout out. And you know what? I'm going to give this one too. I think Nicolas Cage's Brainiac. I know it would be over the top, but I'm okay with that too. Grumpy Fish, based on Bautista's comments on acting recently, I don't think he'd want to play Bane. But luckily, all Bane takes is a few bottles of steroids, some gym time, and chicken and broccoli. You know what? I actually think that I will kind of disagree with that a little bit, because I think if you want to do a proper Bane, this would be the third time we get Bane, right? We got him in Batman and Robin, and he was just an idiot. And then we got him in Dark Knight Rises, and he was just a terrorist with a crab mask, and he didn't Bane out, right? Like he did the Batman I break you thing, all that stuff, but he didn't like Nolan was completely against having characters do what they do in the comics. Right? Like, we're not going to call things the Batcave. We're not going to call things the Batmobile. We're not going to, getting me frustrated. Okay, moving on. Giancarlo Esposito as Lex Luthor or Brainiac would work with me. Dude, the dude's been typecasted. Keep typecasting him. I would be down. Bryan Cranston as Scientist Brainiac. Absolutely. Good call. Good shout out. Derek Hoover. Damn, we'll have to catch up on this later. Doing some recording shit. Definitely need some Brainiac. Yeah, dude, tune in later. Come hang out. Watch it on the replay. 80s experience. Spader would have made an even creepier Ultron. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, Brainiac, Jude Law. Why not? He's done robots before. He was great in iRobot. Yes, the bottle of Candor. Thank you. Thinnerhouse design. Oh, good call. Yeah, we're shouting people out. I should probably read these before I start flipping them up. Mark Strong as Brainiac has such a cold, soulless voice when he wants it. Yes, that's from my buddy Customs. Good call. Bacon McShig. Gunn's brand is weird, so I hope he stays weird. DC can be really weird too, and we've seen that a lot in the read any Jimmy Olsen comic, and yeah, I said that. Read Jimmy Olsen comic. It's weird. Let's get crazy shit like The Shade, The Changing Man, Seven Soldiers of Victory, and Alan Grant era The Demon. Now, for those of you who do not read comics, Alan Grant is not. We're not talking about Jurassic Park. We're talking about comic book creator Alan Grant. Yes, I would. Knowing James, yeah, you're right. Like, James Gunn's brand is weird. I could see all of this. Seven Soldiers of Victory, Swamp Thing, Dead Man. That's all kind of stuff I could see. I know Zatanna is part of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, but I could absolutely see her getting her own movie. And for some reason, I could also see James Gunn letting Paul Dini write a Zatanna movie. And I would love nothing more than that. And speaking of like directing and writing, we know that Ben Affleck's going to do another movie. Let's keep all these names coming. Let's keep discussing them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about even if you have a certain character or story or type of tone you want to see come from Ben Affleck. Let me know. Ben Affleck's like, I know he gets like all caught up in a lot of like Hollywood tabloid drama. But I mean, the dude's got talent, like crazy amounts of talent. It blows my mind. So utilize him, right? Get him in there. Matt Bush won't happen because Doctor Strange, but I'd like to see Benedict Cumberbatch as Brainiac. But you say that won't happen. James Gunn has stated that he is not opposed to hiring Marvel actors in DC films. Could happen. Even Benedict Cumberbatch as Lex Luthor. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Grumpy Fish. One of the greatest things about MCU is that everyone was cast. Us nerds went nuts. In the end, some of the lesser known actors turned out to be fantastic. Agreed. I think you. I agreed. I was trying to think of look at Robert Downey Jr. He was a big deal. He had a little fall from grace, came right back, right? And he's pretty much Tony Stark, right? Gotham Stalker, Bryan Cranston is Brainiac. That's the one, right? If they do Android Brainiac and he's voiced John Noble again, I think that here's the thing with voice actors. I would love it if more actual voice actors got used for voice acting as opposed to whoever the hottest actor is that week doing the voice of something. And there's it's Bradley Cooper does the voice of Rocket. You would never know that because Rocket has become Rocket. We don't even see Bradley Cooper in that, but he does the voice and he does it very, very well. So I shouldn't rule out just the hottest thing of the week because Coop can get it done, right? Malcolm McDowell is the voice of SP Robot style Brainiac. I'm totally down. I would love an 80s style robot Brainiac. I would now that you're saying it. Imagine that. Why can't I say that name? I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not in the mood today, but but I would love to see Deathstroke in a movie. I know we got close with that after credit sequence, and yeah, I would love to see something more. Brainiac and just Jack Knight. Brainiac in Krypton was pretty good though. Oh gosh, I don't think I saw Krypton because that was the sci-fi show. I don't think I ever saw that. I think it totally fell off. I heard about it and I think it completely fell off my radar, and I think that's probably why it lasted one season because that was the rest of us. The quick cameo Stinger was wasted. Agreed. Oh my gosh, I got so many comments to catch up on here. Maybe Bryan Cranston as Brainiac, but I also feel they need to go younger. Maybe Metallo can be Channing Tatum. That's actually a really good shout out. Why the hell not? Good call. Carl Weathers as Metallo would be amazing too. He's a really good actor. He still got it. My buddy Custom, Stanley Tucci as Lex Luthor with a Mark Strong Brainiac would be cool. I love the team. Okay, when you said that, first thing that came to my mind was Justice League Unlimited when, spoiler alert, Brainiac and Lex Luthor become one. And it was awesome. It was so awesome. Want to see them act? Me too. Yeah. Baby Yoda me's, I love to see Nuclear Man again. Okay. Not as the primary villain, just as a jabroni for Superman to easily take care of. Let's be fair. It would be kind of fun to do a Quest for Peace shout out. I'm all for it. Why not? Right? Brainiac, Paul Bettany. Why not? Typecast. Sure. Let's do it. I need a Blue Devil movie with Liam Hemsworth. Dude. Yes. The Dark Knight Rises was close, but ended up being a henchman. Yeah, right? That's the problem. He's always, the last 2 times he's been in a movie, he's been somebody's henchman. Ugh. Brian Schnetzer from Why the Last Man is Dick Grayson and Nightwing. It's all about the butt, but I agree. Needs good butt. Thunderhouse Design would love to see Gunn lean into weirder Kirby stuff. Mr. Miracle, an adventure Indiana Jones style movie or show. Yes. Yes. I would love that. Bring in Big Barda as well. Dude. Yes. New Gods. Bring it on. I'd love it. Yeah. And that I'm going to say Bryan Cranston is Man-Bat. Okay. We just need Bryan Cranston in a DC movie. That's what we need. Straight up. Right? Brainiac probably would be a British actor with stage experience. Why? Patrick Stewart. Why can't he do the voice of Brainiac? Probably really good. Nick Dillinger. I'm not Batman. I'm chiropet though. I can't speak today. Why are you doing this to me, guys? Yeah. A guy with a superpower on now therapy and punching criminals in action. Dude. Power of no therapy and punching action. Dude. Okay. I know that Tom King's run has touched on this. So I'm really hoping that maybe the new movies will just like go for it, right? And just let that happen. That would be amazing. Jennifer Lawrence's Livewire. All right, that's an interesting choice. I don't know if I would, Jennifer Lawrence. What is she even up to now? She can act though, so yeah. As long as they do Livewire like they did in Superman animated series where she was a shock jock, I would love that. And she does like the whole she's kind of like Superman's J. Jonah Jameson. I would love that. And I think what's funny about Livewire is her being such a good villain for the first villain is she could call out all the shit that people complain about with Superman. You have, you could say like, oh, he's boring. He's invincible. What can you do with it, right? Like, oh man, she would be great. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a solo Robin movie. All right, just to kind of like pick up from where he left off, but better, I guess. I don't know. I'm only saying better from my point of view. I know there's a lot of people here. If Craig is even still listening, I know he's a big fan of Dark Knight Rises. But yeah, I don't know. Sure. Why not? Like I said, I am up for anything, really. Matthew McConaughey as Killer Croc. Oh, gosh. You know what? He'd also be really good as Farmer Brown. Why not? 2 words. Spectre movie. Hal Jordan, just regular Spectre. Again, Spectre would be great if they do stuff with the Demon, if they do stuff with Blue Devil, if they did anything with Zatanna, any of those mystic characters, man. And DC's got a lot of good ones, right? Very good underrated characters. And with Blue Devil, you could bring in Red Devil too. Thunderhouse Design, Ben Affleck would direct a hell of a dead man murder mystery movie. And you know who would be best to team up with? The Question. That's the question. Henry Dempsey, full of Justice League Dark. Full on Justice League Dark. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. Oh, Troy. Hola. Hey, welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Justin Tung, give me a Taika Waititi ambush bug movie. Dude, yes. Right? Stanley Tucci is Lex. Right? Grumpy Fish. Would love to see a Nightfall trilogy. You could change the story to kill off Affleck and have Jean-Paul Valley take the mantle, maybe the new Batman. Dick Russell's back to the title. Wow, you would kill off Affleck in a night. That is okay. That's a bold. That is bold. Could you imagine? Oh god, what we'd have to put up with if they killed off Batfleck. Oh my god, I don't even know if I want to deal with that. Yeah, I hope DC is listening to some of these comments. I am sure Warner Brothers is watching this on the side. They're just like, they're driving home from Burbank, from their offices, and they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put on some YouTube while I drive. I'm sure of it. So thank you, Warner Brothers and Discovery, and Jim Lee. Thank you for tuning in. Bacon McShig, no Lex will ever live up to Clancy Brown in the DC animated universe. He is so damn good. That's the problem with the DC animated universe. Everyone was voiced and casted and performed so well. It's and okay. Bacon McShake. Okay, so the one thing that I've always like, do you remember when like we were getting freaking? Now I'm trying to remember which even movie this was now. If it was Batman versus Superman or whatever, Justice League, who cares? And they show Mercy, and we get Mercy, and she's tiny. No offense to the actress. I'm hoping this doesn't come off as body shaming, but when I think Mercy's supposed to be an Amazon. She should be like 6'10", right? Not 5'3", but anyways, it's not the actress's fault. She did a good job of walking with papers. She did good. Bacon McShig, this is on you. Thunderhouse Design, Jack Knight Starman, the James Robinson run would make a great HBO show. Would love to go deep and get the character stuff that really shined. You know what? Give me all those old heroes. The Justice Society, give me all of it. Flash, I would love to see Ryan Gosling as the Flash. That's a really good call. Prefer Wally West version, but understand if they go with Barry, I would also prefer Wally West. Wally West is way more interesting than Barry. Sorry, Barry. Quip, yeah. Get in on this, Troy. Right? Brandon 3G, when James says he's open to cast Marvel actors, we all know he really means Chris Pratt. All right. Chris Pratt as Hal Jordan. Tell me you don't want to see it. Come on. You know you do. Argue me somebody better for Hal Jordan. You can't. It's Chris Pratt. 100% Chris Pratt. Also, yes, Chris Pratt's Booster Gold would absolutely work. And you get him with a Blue Beetle? Oh, come on. Come on, folks. Let's just let it go. Chris Pratt's funny in Parks and Rec. Thunderhouse Design, I don't even like Pratt, but he would be good for that, right? He would. For Booster Gold, I agree. Rick Shards of Glass, thank you for hanging out here. Why hasn't there been a big screen Batman and Nightwing story? I've been following the adventures of Dick Grayson for the last 42 years of my life. Dude. But have yet to see the heart of DC in a great film. I can tell you exactly what it is. And we hear it so many times again from either like directors, producers, what is it? This all goes back to Batman 66. And everyone has this like stigma of what Robin is and who Dick Grayson is. So we can never get to Robin to a point where we can even get to Nightwing. We've gotten it. I know Lexi and I've gotten to this before, but you do need that. If you don't have that stepping stone of Robin, Nightwing just gets kind of confusing a little bit. And Hollywood is just scared of Robin, of to just do a good Robin. They either think it's more fun to show him that he died, like in Snyder did. Schumacher, I thought, did a really good job. But I mean, for the time when you watch it for what it is in the 90s. And, you know, Adam West and Bill Ward, and they're just why am I blanking? Jeez Louise, you'd think having a show called Gotham City Tonight, I would just have everyone's names on the ready and go. But you know, it's just there's this weird stigma that Robin's a wuss, he's not cool. Batman should be a loner, even though he's never really been a loner. There's all this stuff, and I know there's people that have left comments too, being like they're all about Batman being alone, but I think in order for Nightwing to happen, we need to let Robin fly. We just need Warner Brothers and DC to give us what we want. It's tough. Rosario Dawson as Officer Montoya. The Question. Great shout out. Yeah, absolutely. Flash should be a side hustle for casting. Absolutely. Matt Bush, Court of Owls, and a Talon for the R. Pattinson. The Reeves, I think that's what it's supposed to be. R. Pattinson, R. Pat Batman. So Reeves, Pattinson, Batman. It always feels like it could absolutely lead into that. Why not? Ryan B, thank you for hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. Flash 739. I read a lot of Wizard magazines as a kid. Lots of casting calls in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you look over my shoulder there, like right there, those are all old 90s Wizards. That's like, I'm trying to get 1 to 100. So I'm missing a few. But it's, I love just like having a quiet day and just going through them. They're so good. Oh, dude. Yes, let's talk about this. A Troy. Secret Six movie with the original Mission Impossible-esque team having to take on over the world plot by Gorilla Grodd, where the JLA has been imprisoned. Gorilla Grodd voiced by Gary Oldman. Perfect. Also, Secret Six, Gail Simone. Yes. Right? Secret Six is such a good book. Such a good book. Not enough people talk, myself included, do not talk about Secret Six enough. I feel like a young Jennifer Tilly would be a perfect live wire. That's from Bacon McShig. Yes. Yeah. Let her do it now. Right? Talking about Wizard. Aubrey Plaza as live wire. She was born for that role. When you look at just how yes, holy crap. Why isn't that happening? Right? That's a great ambush bug. Keanu Reeves back as Constantine. Give it to me. Right? Yep, absolutely. Emperor Shao Kahn. Whoa! From the Netherworld? Shao Kahn? Hi there. Man, please don't take us over. Flash 739, I think reuniting Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper, you got your Green Arrow and Black Canary. Oh, you know what? I'm not against that. I'm absolutely not against that. Oh man, I'm absolutely not against that. Fairuza Balk? That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Fairuza Balk is Livewire. Right? Let's keep going. Chris Pratt as Booster Gold. We need it. Dude! Yes! Okay, Thunderhouse design. Jade Cargill as Mercy. If anyone doesn't know who Jade Cargill is, she is the current AEW TBS champion. She is the one. She would be the perfect Mercy. Right? She's tall. She's jacked. She's imposing. She's beautiful. She's all of that. Oh man, she good. That is a great shout out. She would be amazing. I absolutely agree with that. Who's that NWA champion too? Like Kimberly Brickhouse? Like get her in a movie too somewhere. Like let's just do it, right? Quip, how have we not mentioned the Wonder Twins yet? Good call, folks. Why have we not? I'm drawing a blank on actors, but I want the movie. Me too. Whoever it is, whoever we decide is the Wonder Twins, it's too bad they still weren't younger, because I would get Kelso and Jackie from that 70s show to do it again. Because that would be funny to me. Grumpy Fish, Jonathan Majors as Jon Stewart to play Green Lantern would be sweet. I'm sure Marvel would kill off his character in Ant-Man. Marvel villains don't have long lifespans. Agreed. I agree. And I think Jon Stewart should play the first Green Lantern. That should be our first Green Lantern movie. Jon Stewart. Sorry, Hal. Right? I don't want to see Chris Pratt as Hal Jordan. The only one that does. It's fine. Paul Rudd as Booster Gold. What if we did Paul Rudd as Blue Beetle? I'm just going to throw that one out there. Why not? Right? The name's Burt Macklin. Yes, Galactic Guardian, Sector 2184. Derek Hoover, I always used to think Guy Pearce would have made a good Hal Jordan once upon a time, and Robert Redford as Alan Scott. First off, I love Robert Redford as a human being. I have met him many of times. When I used to work at high-end hotels, I used to personally bring him his breakfast and newspaper and sit with him and hang out and talk. Nicest guy. That's my celebrity shout out for the night. Robert Redford. Love the dude. Absolutely love him. Titans did a great Nightwing though. I would agree. I thought the guy was really good. Right? Jason Mohan, it's nice to see a DC focused show that is good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Justin. Thank you. That means a lot. The 80s experience. Kevin Hart as Skeets. Oh my God. Why are we? Oh man. James Gunn, I hope you're watching this tonight. Timothy Olyphant as Professor Pig doesn't need to be a big dude. In Flash 739, I agree. He doesn't. He does not need to be a big dude. Right? What about John David Washington, Denzel's kid as John Stewart? Oh, gosh, what's his... Hang on. This is gonna bug me. I'm going to have to look this up. One quick moment here. My apologies. Why not Michael B. Jordan? Michael B. Jordan is John Stewart? That's now forever my pick. Is Michael B. Jordan as John Stewart? The guy has. I know we saw him as Killmonger for a hot second, but the dude has superhero written all over him. Why not? Why not? Would rather see Jordan come back to the screen as Parallax first. Having him be defeated and come back being a hero, that sort of, you don't trust would be fun. Agreed. And plus you can do you can lead up to Blackest Night that way and all that stuff too. I'm all for that. Thanos Copter could do a Nightwing movie and just have some flashbacks to the important moment of his Robin career. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Thanos Copter. How about this? I'm going to take it up one more notch. What if they did a Nightwing movie and then between the next movies, they did a Robin series that is his flashback on HBO Max? Let's throw that out there. Right? It'd be a good choice. Okay, come on now. All right. Justin Mohan, mixed feelings about James Gunn using Marvel actors, but as long as it fits is good. You know what? I'm with you too. It's because I think now we recognize these characters as characters, but then I was kind of like, yo, hold up. We forgot that Chris Evans was Human Torch pretty fast. I don't think I can't imagine him being like, oh, I'm gonna cast Chris Evans as the Flash or anything. I can't, or I just can't picture that. Chris Evans as Aquaman though, I could see that. Actually, even Michael B. Jordan as Aquaman, I could see that too. Give me all of them. Give me all of them. Keanu actually is coming back as Constantine. I do remember hearing that. I just don't know. We haven't heard anything since that, Justin. Right? Shiny Plastic People. Thanks for hanging out. Jade Cargill makes me... I'm not finishing that, but you're not wrong. Quip. If we're talking wrestlers, Danhausen. Oh, as Mitzias Splits, yes. Why? Danhausen's so good. How do we not we all love that Danhausen. Grumpy Fish. How great if DC Warner Brothers used AEW as their source of athletic acting talent. Why not? It's Warner Brothers Discovery that is giving them the airtime, right? I don't know if it's I don't know if they're. I don't know. I also know is DC Warner, not DC, but Warner Brothers Discovery does have a stake in AEW. So now thinking about that could actually happen. And I think Jade Cargill is getting acting gigs now too, and I know MJF is. Who do we want to see MJF play in in a DC movie. Uh, oh my gosh, I can only imagine. Okay, Kiki Palmer did a great cosplay as Rogue. Get her in DC as Black Canary or Hawkgirl. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to look that up. Flash, I'd love to see a Power Girl series, if not a movie. I think Peacemaker shows what a long-form show can do. Who are these people that you're mentioning? Kaylee Coco. Yeah, but I'm with you too. We need also more series like Peacemaker. Right? I'm all for it. Rick Shards of Glass. Yeah, I would love a 2-part DC movie. One chapter is called Doom and establishes our villains all tied to 8-year contracts. Okay, so we got to pump these movies out fast. And a follow-up, Justice, where we see our heroes in a few new ones. So similar to what Alex Ross did with Mark Waid, because that's what it sounds like to me. McKenna Grace and Logan Quick. McKenna Grace and Logan Kim as the Wonder Twins. I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. I would love it. Actually, Logan Kim is my choice for Tim Drake. Or if they even do Dick Grayson, like a young Dick Grayson, I want Logan Kim. Matt Bush, Michael Fassbender should be brought in the DC universe. Agreed. Speaking of Redford, Sneakers was a great movie. I agree, Grumpy Fresh. I agree. Why hasn't anyone suggested Dwayne Johnson for anything? Oh my God. Stop it. You know why. He's like a real Hollywood Hulk Hogan, right? We all know this. Rick Shards of Glass, I'm getting too old for these giant 10 to 15 year plans with origins for everyone. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Agreed. And I kind of hope they do, like, when I say I hope they do the opposite of Marvel. Do you know how Marvel always did the old, like, this guy shrinks, so his main villain is also going to be a guy that shrinks. And this guy has a robot suit. He's going to fight a guy with a robot suit in his first movie. I really hope they steer away from that. That's why I kind of think Superman Brainiac would be a great first movie, because Superman can't use his strength, right? Like, he can, but he's got to be smart about it. Troy, next Wonder Woman movie, Marina Karen as Charisse and Cecilia Murphy as Dr. Psycho. Oh, dude. Dr. Psycho and Charisse are two characters that don't get enough love. I don't even think Dr. Psycho even made it in Justice League Unlimited. Good shout-outs there. Quip, Michael B. Jordan was also Johnny Storm. Oh, that's right! Yeah. You're right, he is. You're right. And when you said F4 too, I was thinking Fast and Furious. Oh, that's really funny. Okay. Yes, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are all having fun. Yeah, hit that like button. If you like this, hit it. Right? Troy, a Titan trilogy with the original 5, then the 70s rebrand, and the final being New Teen Titans Loose Adaptation of Secret Origins Annual number 3 from 1989. It's funny, I actually know what you're talking about there, and I would love it if it was like Speedy, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Robin, Kid Flash. Bring it on. I would be all for that. Kiki Palmer wasn't. No. Yeah, got it. Oh my, perfect. Gotham Stalker, MJF as Max Lord. That's really, 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 really good. Logan as Justin. Logan Kim as Tim would be perfection. I think so too. Stephen Yun as Ryan Choi the Atom. Yes, good call. Aquafina and Simu Liu as the Aqua Twins. I don't know if I'd want to just bring them right. Like, you don't want to get like too on the nose, like from like pulling them over from Marvel, right? Thunderhouse, Bruthernal as Green Lantern in the Green Lantern Corps. Yeah, actually, even MJF would make a really good Guy Gardner. If anyone hasn't just look at Maxwell Jacob Friedman on Twitter or YouTube. See what this guy's about. He would probably make a really good Guy Gardner. Alex Hibbert, the kid from Black Panther, and also the Moon Knight movie as Static Shock. Yes. Yes. I want a Static Shock movie. I would love a Static Shock movie. That was a great cartoon, and if anyone hasn't seen it, check it out, please. Um, Thanos Copter, replying to Rick. I think a lot of characters are well known enough to just jump into the action and the origins first. I agree, because I think a lot of people know the symbol and they understand what the character is about. So I think there's that. I thought we all agreed that the last F4 movie that hadn't happened collectively as a society. Troy, dude, I am with you on that. I did completely forget about it, and I still continue to this day. Michael J. Fox as Max Lord, if he was feeling healthy, I would love nothing more than to see Michael J. Fox in just movies in general. I would love to see that. Rick Shards of Glass, would you be interested in doing a top 10 or 20 superpowers figures we the fans want next, maybe an upcoming show? Yes, I would. And I would probably do it with Toy Otter. If you're not following Toy Otter on Instagram and Twitter, you should. The dude is a vast vessel of superpowers and Kenner knowledge. He's also making the new Longbox Heroes line. If you haven't seen that, they're available on Big Bad Toy Store. You can pre-order them there. They will come out this summer. So it's getting us like a good, decent amount of like Rocketeer toys. I know we all just saw the latest Rocketeer figure that was just announced with the Betty Page figure and all that, which looks great. But these look really cool and fun, and as just as retro toys. Christopher Kelly, how about Johnny Knoxville as Plastic Man? Yes, 100% yes. 100% yes. Yep. I can't. That is perfect. That is a perfect casting. Thunderhouse Design, Static, and Milestone in general should absolutely be brought to live action. Yes. For anyone who doesn't know what Milestone is, it's part of the DC universe. The sub-universe, it's where they get, it's people of color get to write stories and create heroes. That's what it is, and it's amazing. The best thing to compare it to is Sunman from Motu, right? Like, that's what that is. But great stories, great, amazing talent. Check it out. I know they're doing anniversary stuff too lately. They did put stuff right. I think it was supposed to come out right before COVID, but then it got pushed to after COVID. There's lots of stuff. Check it out. To be fair, there's yet to be a good Fantastic Four movie. Wrong. The Incredibles is a perfect Fantastic Four movie. The 80s experience, please. No more origin stories for big characters. Agreed. Flash. Oh, Dennis Leary as Perry White. Good. Flash, you are really good at this. He's experienced. If I see Martha's pearls one more time. I'm with you. Michael Palmer. Hey, Michael. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. With Warner Brothers owning New Line, how dope would it be for a Batman 1990 Turtles movie be? Sometimes we can dream. Oh man. Okay. So we all know Batman has had multiple crossovers with the Ninja Turtles. He's had just like the comic book versions, the DC animated, like the Batman animated series Batman has crossover with Turtles in a separate storyline. They've had an animated movie. So I feel like we're close. But even if they did a comic where it was like Keaton with the 1990s movie Turtles, I would not look a gift horse in the mouth, man. I would totally be all for it. So I'm glad you put it out in the universe. Let's make it happen. Right? Everyone's kind of like they're over it. They are over the pearls. Quip, I want to see more of the other color Green Lantern, or just the other color Lantern Corps. Give us a story of Sinestro building up the Yellow Core, Danny Pudi as Sinestro. That quip is perfect. I clearly need a drink of water. I'm sounding dry. Thank you for that. All right. Grumpy Fish. Knoxville's already kind of played Plastic Man and a Men in Black 2. Kinda, but not the same. Let's give him the actual one. That would be great. He still looks good too, so I don't see why not. Olivant would work as an older Green Arrow, training a young, speedy Roy Arsenal. That's the one thing I think it's kind of funny is that like we all want sidekicks and we all want them to be training, but at the same time, do we all want all the main heroes to be old? Right? Botboy versus love Milestone. Thank you for hanging out, Botboy. Thank you for hanging out with us. I remember being so excited to see Icon in Young Justice, and then it got canceled. Dude, Young Justice. Oh, I loved it. Grumpy Fish. Will Smith. More like, oh, slap. Will Smith is Jon Stewart. Yeah, I went there. Troy. Milestone Zombie would be pretty rad. Again, right? Was it hardware? That was also very cool. I'm all for it. I love all these guys. Thank you so much for like all these like awesome ideas. All I had to predict tonight was Superman. Flash off-universe moment. I finished the series The Bear recently. Main character Jeremy Allen White as new Wolverine, young, short, and built. Look him up. Watch the show. Will do. And that's exactly what we need. I'm pretty sure everyone. I feel like the world has heard everyone go. Make him short. Not that we have any problem with Hugh Jackman. He was good for what we needed at the time. But I think it's time. And I am still partial and looking forward to Deadpool 3. Still looking forward to it. Even though Logan was Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair, and I'm worried this is going to be Ric Flair's recent retirement match this year. That's my biggest fear of all of this. All right, we've already been doing this for over an hour, folks. I am going to get going. We're going to call it a night. I was going to go over some toys, but there isn't really much toys for Toy Talk. And I wanted to go over the solicitations. We can do that next week. But however, next week, Tuesday, this is my big thing I was kind of teasing at last night on Toy Anxiety for anyone that tuned into Toy Anxiety. And I was saying how hey, I got a package coming in next week and it's going to be a big one. Well, the one that's coming in is I have wave 3 of the Superpowers figures, Nightwing, Wonder Woman, and Deathstroke. They're all coming in. So next week, maybe we'll do an unboxing of the latest Superpowers wave. And if Lexi's not here, if we're stuck and she can't do it again, that's what we'll do. So everyone hit like. Everyone, if you have not subscribed, you liked what you like. If you liked hanging out with us tonight and you liked throwing all these ideas to the wall and just talking about DC and having fun, please give us a subscribe. We'd love to see you here again and hang out some more. And let's really dive deep. Let's talk some toys. Let's talk Superpowers next week. And you know what? Maybe that's when I'll do my top 10. Or maybe even top 20 figures I want to see. I want to hear about all the figures you want to see next week. So keep that in mind for the chat. I want to hear all of that. So I know I have lots of choices I want to see, but it's perfect. So I'm gonna call it here. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. This helped me get a lot of geekiness, pent-up geekiness about the DC movies coming up. And who knows? I might be back on here again this week if James Gunn announces. Here's another thing too. The day James Gunn announces his lineup, I'll be hopping on the air here. So even if he announces it on a Tuesday, if I do Toy Anxiety, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Might be a very, very, very late show, but we will talk about it. And thank you once again for everyone for hanging out. Have a great night, Gotham. And yeah, take care.